Let's go. Let's go. The New York Knicks get a big win out in Memphis as they beat the Memphis Grizzlies 114 to 113, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. What a freaking great win for your New York Knickerbockers as they, wow. That win has my blood boiling, by the way. That win right there has my blood boiling. That win right there was my favorite, by far my favorite win of the season. By far my favorite win of the season by your New York Knickerbockers. Whoo, wow. I had to put the chain on, ladies and gentlemen. I had to put the chain on because that game right there was one for the ages. And I'm not even being like over dramatic or anything, but man, that one was for the books, man. OG Anunoby clutch shot. Jalen Brunson, Captain Clutch, continues to dominate, continues to be clutch. Then he gives it up to OG Anunoby to seal the game for the for the three in the corner. Man, that game right there was one for the ages. By far my favorite win of the season. Like, just the Mitchell Robinson return, the start to finish, Knicks going down by so much, and then they crawl their way back, and a bunch of great performances tonight. Me and you on this Friday night. Appreciate every single one of you in the chat. Subscribe, smash the like button, hit the Discord if you want to call in later on. Knicks win 114-113. Appreciate every single one of you in the chat. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Woody says our captain, Jalen freaking Brunson. JB, baby. JB. Man, on the road, tough environment, on the road especially, playing in Memphis, and they've been playing well. They've started to play well. They're starting to kind of turn their, losing streak around, and that's a tough place to play, man. That's a tough place to play, and for this Knicks team to do that in the final 2 minutes, in the final seconds of this game, back-to-back clutch shots. JB has been clutch all season long. He is going to win Clutch Player of the Year. Just comes down cool, calm, and collected, hits a three in your face. Knicks give up a layup and one to John Morant. I thought he walked on that play. He dragged his pivot foot. But then next possession, Jalen Brunson, he sees that he's not open. He doesn't force it. He gives it to wide open OG Anunoby, and that's trusting your teammates. That's trusting in one another. And that is the beauty of this win. This was a team effort, man. This was a gritty team effort, and the results are beautiful. The result in this game was absolutely beautiful. The return of Mitchell Robinson, man, oh man, Mitch was great. Mitch looked great in this game. We'll get to Mitch, but man, I just gotta soak that one in, ladies and gentlemen. That game was awesome. That game was incredible, and. Woof. I need a towel. I need a towel, man. Damn. That was good. That was a good one, man. Appreciate every single one of you in the chat. I see you all in the chat. Joel says, but my Knicks are back, baby. Yes, sir. We back, Joel. We back. What's going on, Yuri? See you in the chat. See you in the chat, Yuri. Woody says... What's going on, Woody? Big Taz says, this is what we do. This is what we do. Isaiah says, character-defining win. I love that you said that, Isaiah. This was a character-defining win. Look, if we go through the box score, look, Brunson was having an off night, but when it matters the most, he just continues to dominate. He just continues to dominate his opponent. When it matters the most, get the ball in Jalen Brunson's hands, and it has bared fruit. Cat with an off night tonight. Josh Hart got 5 fouls in the third quarter. This was one of those gritty, ugly wins that you're going to remember for a while, which is why I put this as one of my favorite Knicks wins of the season because, honestly, man, just the combination of things in that fourth quarter. Mitchell Robinson is on a strict minute restriction, and you saw his impact. You saw his impact. You saw Mitchell Robinson's impact. Game high, plus minus, plus 11 for Mitchell Robinson. That is what Mitch does. Defense, defense, defense. You saw him out there just look, he was gassed. You could tell he hasn't been playing in a while. He was tired, but Mitchell Robinson, I thought, provided defense. I thought he was just active, and he looked great. For a man who hasn't played in that long, for Mitchell Robinson to come out here in 12 minutes, I know if you look at the box score, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, but he had a nice ISO in the first quarter. He had a nice post up in the first quarter. I'm like, okay, Mitch, you've been working on your post moves now? That got me even more hyped. And just the return of Mitchell Robinson, when you pair that with, the performance of JB in the final seconds, the performance of OG Anunoby, and Mikal, shout out to Mikal for, making it tough on John Morant there. But guys, this one was one of my favorite watches. This win was one of my favorite watches. Jaden says to me, Deuce should have ended that game over Hart, but a win is a win. Yeah, look, that was questionable. When Tom Thibodeau took out Deuce McBride with, 4 minutes to go, he put in OG Anunoby. And OG Anunoby was doing a great job, I thought, on Jaren Jackson Jr. because that was OG Anunoby's primary assignment tonight, was guarding Jaren Jackson Jr., right? And OG Anunoby was doing a fine job in doing that. McBride hits a big three. Timeout is called. Then he gets subbed out, and I even tweeted on the Knicks Nation account. I'm like, that's I don't know if I would have done that, but obviously I'm just a guy with a mic, and obviously it worked out. But yeah, that one I was questioning that one, but just man, for OG Anunoby to make that shot, guys, that has to feel great for him. And just to see his reaction out of that, you could tell he had a lot of steam to let off, man. He had a lot of steam to let off. He hit that shot, and he seemed thrilled. Lee Bonner, thanks for the subscription. He just seemed thrilled. Like, we haven't seen that emotion from OG in a while. And just shout out to JB for trusting him to hit that shot, and shot it with confidence. For OG Anunoby to hit that, man, that has to feel good for him. That has to feel good for him. And he was smiling in the post game, and that's what we want. This is why this game was so awesome. It's because the events that happened in the final minutes. My boy Trey says Mitch brought some offense tonight. Yes. El Figgy said, let's remember that OG is still not 100%. Coming back from injuries, we're going to improve. Let's pray from El. What's going on, El Figgy? Want to know with Mitchell Robinson. Let's go. Mitch is back. Appreciate every single one of you in the chat. I see you all. Crimes Dad. What's going on, Crimes Dad? Jared says, let's go, Knicks. Man, oh, man. This one was one of my, just the way this game went down, right? Let's get to this box score, but just the way this game went down, you outscored him 32-25 in that fourth quarter, right? Mitch with 12 strict minutes on a minute restriction. No Mitchell Robinson or Karl Anthony Towns on the floor tonight. I wonder, it's just first game back. I'm not really concerned about that, but Deuce McBride, I thought, had an incredible basketball game tonight. And that's why I was questioning the substitution late in that fourth with Tom Thibodeau subbing out Deuce. I thought Deuce just hit some big shots tonight, man. One of my favorite watches this season from Deuce McBride, and even defensively, Deuce was awesome. Deuce McBride was awesome. Father-to-be Deuce McBride. He's a new man. Shout out to Deuce, man. 17 points, 2 steals, 3 assists. Had a big dunk in the game, just looking like Deuce. I'm trying to get the Deuce drop. I don't have it yet, but shout out to Deuce. Landry Shamet hit a 3. Hey, now. Campaign, I thought, look, 1 of 4 from 3, but he, especially in that third quarter, they led a charge with Campaign. I think Mitchell Robinson was on the floor. Deuce was in the lineup. Campaign hit a big 3 for them. 2 steals, 3 assists from Campaign. It doesn't really show up in the box score, but the energy that Campaign brought was just, contagious. It was just contagious. Guys fed off of that. Brunson was banged up, as you can see in his field goals, 10 of 23 from the field. Hart got 5 fouls with, first of all, allowing Josh Hart to get 5 fouls in that third quarter was why is Hart even in the game to pick up that 5th foul? That was I was questioning that, but Yeah, just a kind of a coaching blunder on that regard, allowing Hart to pick up the fifth foul in that third quarter. Got to be better with that. But I thought Hart, 12 points, 6 assists, 4 boards. Mikal, I thought in the first half he was good. He was good. He was great. Didn't hit a three tonight, but I thought Mikal, underrated game. He had the assignment of John Morant and made it tough for him in that final shot. It looked like it was going in. Don't get me wrong. That final shot from John Morant looked like it was going in, but the basketball gods were on our side. And man, Karl-Anthony Towns with he had a big three, but he's 1 of 5 from three. Zach Edey was giving him problems all game long. Only 24 minutes from Zach Edey tonight on the Memphis side. I wonder what was going on with that. He was giving the Knicks. Knicks were getting out rebounded tonight. What was the final rebounding numbers? They were getting out rebounded. 58-35, ladies and gentlemen. When you win a game getting out rebounded 58-35 and you still pull out a victory on the road, that is truly impressive. Look, that just makes this win even sweeter. That is really impressive. They were getting hammered on the boards all night long, and it was just demoralizing. But this Knicks team persevered, made big shots, and when it counted the most, dude showed up. It's what you love, man. One of my favorite watches of the season. Memphis was getting to anywhere they wanted in the paint as well, but when Mitch was on that court, guys, the return of Mitchell Robinson versus the Memphis Grizzlies just showed you exactly what we've been missing. The defense in the paint, even the contest. Memphis tried to get him and Mikal Bridges in a pick and roll, and you can see Mitchell Robinson was giving John Morant, just because of his length, he made John Morant do a step back, and Mikal Bridges wound up catching the block from behind John Morant. You're going to see that more and more, and it's just exciting that Mitchell Robinson is back because you see his impact. Guys are thinking twice going into the paint. Rather, when Karl-Anthony Towns is down there, you see them getting into the paint at will. So Mitch has been needed, and I'm just happy that he's back, and right away you saw Mitch's impact. Right away. Love that Mitch returned. Love that he finished. And shout out to Thibs for going to him in the final 2 defensive possessions, right? Put Mitch in the game, subbed out Cat. That wouldn't have happened without Mitchell Robinson. Mitch, love that he's back, man. And just love that we saw a little bit of offensive stuff from Mitchell Robinson. And, he's going to provide value for this team. And he was truly missed for this basketball club, man. And I'm just happy that he's back. I sound like a broken record, but guys, truly, if you go back and look at the tape, which I'm probably going to do tonight because this was one of my favorite watches, just some of the possessions with Mitchell Robinson on the floor made the Memphis Grizzlies think twice. And we just haven't seen that, right? They know what Mitch is capable of. Weak side blocks, and, happy that he's back. Shout out to Mitch. Shout out to Big Mitch coming back. Oh, man. Undefeated with Mitch in the lineup. Loud and Clear says, OG Anunoby, the dog. What's going on, Loud and Clear? Hope all is well. TA says, JB, clean up on aisle 11. Man, clean up on aisle 11 and clean up on aisle 8. Jalen Brunson, clutch player of the year. It's truly remarkable. It is remarkable watching this man come down the court in the final seconds and continue to hit clutch shot after clutch shot after clutch shot. Just give him the basketball. The growth that he has had in terms of clutch, he has a clutch gene. He has it. It's unlocked. It's unlocked for JB. And OG Anunoby, man. Shout out to OG. He needed that one, man. He needed that one. I thought OG had a great game. All when defensively, I thought he was giving Jaren Jackson fits out there. And 4-10 from 3 from OG Anunoby, and you love to see that. And, when he's hitting his threes like that, I mean, it just opens up the floor even more, and none other than that big one from OG. So, man. Ooh. Undefeated with Mitch. Brick City from the Grizz from 3 tonight. Yeah. Look, the Memphis Grizzlies did not have a 3 in the second half, ladies and gentlemen. They did not have a 3-pointer in the second half for Memphis. All this talk about the Knicks 3-point defense, that's an improvement. That's an improvement. Look, Memphis on the night were 4 of 31 from 3. That is the main reason why the Knicks won this game. 4 of 31 from 3. They did not have a 3 in the second half. Improvement, man. That's all you want to see from this Knicks team. John Morant 0 of 6. Desmond Bane, who gets every freaking foul call. He's like a free throw merchant. 0 of 4. Jalen Wells 1 of 3. Santi Aldama, 1 of 6. Luke Kennard 0 of 4. And isn't he like the leading leader in 3-pointer percentage, if I'm not mistaken? Shout out to the Knicks, man. Shout out to the Knicks. Scottie Pippen Jr. with Scottie Pippen sitting courtside. Karl Anthony Towns Sr. was sitting courtside. This one was a great win, guys. I mean, one of my favorite watch this season. You know, I can easily say like some of the blowouts were my favorite watches, but no, this one was my favorite win of the season because just the way how this game went down. You went down, then you got back up. Then the bench in that third quarter gave you a little bit of a spark. Mitch came in the game, gave you a little bit of what Mitchell Robinson can do. Just all in all, you know, this is the upside of this club, right? This is the upside of this club. And, you know, it wasn't a perfect game. By no means it wasn't a perfect game. But still, man, the clutch shots from JB and freaking OG, baby. Let's go. No presses. Yeah, Crimes Dad says press is too small against the Memphis centers. Yeah, no presses at you in the second half. Tom Thibodeau quickly deviated from that one. Presses Achua was just too small from them. And, you know, it was the play of Miles McBride, the play of Mitchell Robinson with the spark. Landry Shamet, I thought, finally hit a 3. And just gutsy win. Anunoby with some clutch shots, and obviously none other than the game winner, but gutsy New York Knicks brand basketball win from the squad. And I wrote down a ton of notes, but yeah. Okay, so Shamet had big. Okay, so it was big. I wrote down big buckets from Shamet and Towns in the fourth quarter. Towns finally hit a 3 in the fourth. Shamet finally hit a 3, and those were timely shots. So, want to give them their praise. Those are big shots. Because if Shamet's not going to do, if he's going to come in the game, he got to hit at least a 3. Just give us a 3. And I thought defensively he was getting at it as well. But, yeah, man, Deuce, great first half. Mikal, I thought, was low-key good, low-key great tonight. And then for a game like this to transpire, getting killed on the glass, and you overcome all that, all 5 starters in double digits, man, love this one. Love this one. Carl says, shout out to our host, looking like a young Roman Reigns. I acknowledge him. Roman Reigns. I'm not familiar with Roman Reigns, but I'll take that. I get Dak Prescott a lot. I get, okay, Dak. People think I look like Dak Prescott, but Rare Edition. What's going on, Rare? Tony says, Memphis. What's going on, Tony? Tony, Memphis is not a 3-point shooting team. Look, they're not, but anytime you can prevent a team in the second half from not hitting 1 3, like, that's impressive stuff, man. That's impressive stuff. And I know they're not a great 3-point shooting team, but still, even bad 3-point shooting teams at least get a few in a half. You held them to no 3s in the second half. That's why you won the game. Obviously, the clutch shots from Brunson and Anunoby, but the 3-point defense, better. And I loved what I saw when Mitchell Robinson was on the court. Keep going back to that stuff, man. Memphis tried attacking Mitch and Mikal Bridges in a pick and roll, and it's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. Crimes to Ed, appreciate you for the super chat. Thank you for the support, Crimes Dads. He says, difference in the game. John Morant throwing the ball in the stands. Technical foul. His attitude will cost the team forever. Crimes Dad, appreciate the super chat. Thank you again. Yeah. Threw the ball in the stands. Attitude, man. His attitude's all over the place, but, you know, OG sank the free throw. OG sank the technical. And, hey, free points. Discipline, right? You got to be disciplined in the NBA. And that wasn't he's not disciplined. And free points. We won by 114 to 113. Don't throw the ball in the stands, Mr. Ja Morant. So, yeah, man, it's just plays like that. You got to be disciplined in this league. And that was a boneheaded play from Ja. And look, guys, Memphis has been playing better. Like, we smacked them in the Garden. A few weeks ago, but they've started to turn around again. They've been playing well at home, and they just beat Phoenix 151 to 148 in overtime. And great win, man. Memphis is a tough place to play. Like, really tough place to play. And you're West Coast team. You go to Miami on Sunday. I'm sure the flight to Miami is going to be the vibes are going to be extremely high. But just it's a tough place to play, and for the Knicks team to will that one out was truly impressive. Truly impressive, man. Isaiah says, man, I'm getting excited. Can't wait to see Mitch fully back, man. It's going to be so exciting. Isaiah, yeah, man. I mean, you got a little taste of Mitch, pause, but you got a little taste of him. And I can't wait until he's, ready to go. I'm not sure when that's going to be. Probably, I'll give him like 10 games, right? He's probably on a 15-minute max restriction. They probably don't want to push it at all, nor they should. You shouldn't push it. But with the unfortunate news that Ariel Hukporti went down with, the meniscus tear, we got Mitch back, and Hukporti seems like he's in good spirits, and hope for the best for Hukporti. Crimes Dad with another super chat. Appreciate you, Crimes Dad, tonight. Is it true they pat him down before each game? Can I call him John Moran? Crimes Dad, man. Come on now. Nah, I don't think they do that. But, yeah, that was a boneheaded play from Ja. Crimes. Boneheaded play from Ja. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the support. Knicks win 114-113 against the Memphis Grizzlies. Mitchell Robinson, 4 rebounds in his return. Game high, plus 11. And at the half, Mitch was a game high. I think it was a plus 15. I wrote it down somewhere. I think it was a plus 15 for Mitchell Robinson. But impactful minutes. And look, for a guy that hasn't played since, it's been a long time, man, since May. Like, he hasn't played since May, like late April, May. It is pretty much March 1st. That's almost a year. Kept in great shape. Looks to be a little bit winded, but as expected, first game back. And for him to provide positive minutes like that, and Thibs was missing him dearly. But once again, no Mitchell Robinson, Karl-Anthony Towns, the duo. We didn't see that tonight. I think we're going to see that more and more. But I think, no Precious in the second half, so it was kind of like wonky substitutions a little bit. Cat was in foul trouble. Josh Hart was in foul trouble. So it's just a little bit wonky. Cat got into foul trouble early, and right away you saw Mitchell Robinson walk to the scores table, and he checked in. So I thought, it was just an A-plus performance from Mitchell Robinson, from what he's dealt, and we just hope that he can stay healthy. El Figgy says, I love to see all the Knicks fans in Memphis chanting, let's go Knicks. Yes. Crimes is on fire tonight. Yuri's in the VC. I see you, Yuri. We'll get to your call a little bit. In a little bit. Those of you that are just tuning in, we got I have a Discord now. Link is pinned up in the comments. You can hit the Discord, and we take your calls now. Family-friendly show, though. No cursing, please. But, yeah, man, all around great win for the squad. Now, you go to Miami, and look, man, this one has to have the morale feeling good, man. Just all around, and A-plus game. Like, honestly. I know there was things to clean up. Somebody asked about Jalen Brunson's knee earlier. ML, what's going on? What's going on, ML? Let's go, Knicks. What's going on, ML? Joel says, bro, is Brunson's knee okay? I hope. The beauty of Jalen Brunson is that he banged knees and he still was able to make a clutch three, and he still was able to have the awareness. Shot wasn't there. Let me get in the paint. Lure the defender. And an Obi, wide open three, splash. I'm assuming the knee is good. Brunson's a warrior. Nothing phases this man. He can bang knees, bruise his thigh. Like, nothing phases this man. And I'm just happy that he's our captain. Number 11 is leading the ship. And it's just 7 boards for JB tonight, 6 assists, 3 steals. Look, he was inefficient, but everything else is showing up in the box score for JB. Everything else. And on a night where Cat didn't have it, it was just awesome to watch this team pull this one out. And then in the final seconds in the fourth quarter, man. OG. Oh, man. What a great freaking win. 34% from 3 from the Knicks team. 3 of 5 for Miles McBride. Shout out to Deuce again for having a great game. Want to circle back on Deuce, man, because I just thought he was having an incredible game, like, honestly. And he's been good, man. McBride has kind of, like, turned a corner. Like, he's been consistently playing really well for this team. And that's super important for this basketball club, for Deuce McBride to play like that. Really important for them. Because you're getting that punch off the bench. And now you add Mitch, which he didn't start tonight. And I don't think he's going to start now that with Ariel Hukporti on the shelf. I don't know if you go that route. But now with Mitch back, no pressures in the second half. He was getting outworked in the first half. And hey, sign me up. You're not going to play well, someone else is going to come in there and perform better. And Mitch did just that. And this is game 1 of Mitch. Only game 1. So, yeah. Scrappy game, right? Scrappy game, too. 16 field throw attempts for the... Look, they were 21 of 22 from the free throw line, man. You held Ja in check, man. 9 of 22, 0 of 6 from 3. 7 assists, 4 boards, 25 points. Mikal had the Ja assignment. Shout out to Mikal, man. Ask a lot from him. And I know after the post-game last game, he seemed kind of like in a sour mood. But shout out to Mikal for just coming out, balling out, and, just providing a great defensive stop there in the final seconds. But yeah, Zach Edey, man, I'm truly fascinated to hear what was going on, because Edey was giving the Knicks issues, and he was playing. I thought he was playing kind of aggressive, knocked Jalen Brunson down. Brunson had something to say to Zach Edey, but only 24 minutes for the rookie. And the Knicks, he had 5 offensive rebounds. The Knicks couldn't stop Edey. So I'm truly wondering, like, what was the thinking behind not playing him much, especially late in that, But hey, who cares? We won. Jaren Jackson, once again, Anunoby had the assignment, and I thought Anunoby did a found job on that. Look, Jackson, 18 points, 7 boards, 1 assist, 6 of 16 from the field, but Anunoby made it tough. He made it difficult. And that's all you want. Just make it difficult. And this was a physical game. Knicks were bumping and grinding. Memphis was bumping and grinding. And we persevered and won. Tony says Celtics lost. Crazy Celtics game. Yeah, I saw they were up big on the Cavs, and they wound up blowing that one. That was crazy. Isaiah says, I don't care if this was close, man. This core needs to go through this in order to become the best version of this team. Isaiah, yes, a lot of these games have happened this season. A lot of these games has, close games, and the Knicks have dealt with a lot of them lately, right? Whether it was the Chicago one or the Hawks one. It was a lot of close games, and the Knicks are winning. Last weekend wasn't a great weekend for this basketball club, but, now we've turned the page. Brunson has said on the roommate show that, it's not good. You can't be losing like 20 to 30 points to these elite teams. The guys have recognized it. We've heard what they had to say, and now it's time to just focus on whoever's on your schedule and just control what you can control, right? You're 39-20 on the season, and this one was just one of the best wins, I think, of the season. And they can build off of this one. Like I said, when Anunoby hit that shot, man, felt like a big relief for him. Right? He felt like he let out all of his emotions after that. Like, yes. Like, fist pumping the guys. Cat was getting in his face, and just awesome. You just love to see that. And builds character, too. Builds character. 40-20, good luck record. Yes, sir. One more. Tony says we got to win Sunday to get our 40th win. Yes, down in Miami. Crimes Dad says, I don't even think the Knicks played well, yet they won against a top team. They didn't play well. And the beauty of the NBA is, right, they didn't play well and they won. A few weeks ago, we smoked the Memphis Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies are a good rebounding team. That's what they do, right? They remind you a lot of last year's Knicks team. Just demoralizing offensive rebounds after offensive rebound after offensive rebound. They're a good team in the West. And the Knicks have had their number this year. They're 2-0 against the Grizzlies. Right? That's a top team. They're third in the West right now, the Memphis Grizzlies. And Boston has lost 2 in a row, and the Knicks have won 2 in a row. So now all of a sudden, the Knicks are 2.5 games behind the Boston Celtics for the second seed. But they're really like 3.5 because Boston has a tiebreaker. But it's a long season, man. That's why the guys have been saying it. And obviously we can get hopefully some revenge at the end of the season against Boston. But it's a long season, and just you never know what can happen. And you have wins like tonight, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel real good. Like really good. Blood boiling, man. In a good way. Tony says Bane punked Josh Hart tonight. Bane was getting at a man. Bane's a good player, man. Bobo Chase said the block this monster puts fear into all the big hearts. Edie was next on the menu. Yes, sir. El Figgy says, can we acknowledge that Deuce had more points than Josh, Cat, and Mikal? I'd love to see him start. You need him off the bench. You need that scoring points off the bench. And to be quite frank, we haven't really gotten that from Deuce on a consistent basis, but now we're seeing it consistently from Deuce McBride, and you love to see that. Coming into the season, I thought McBride can be Sixth Man of the Year. And, tonight, like the Deuce McBride we saw tonight, tremendous. A+. Like, tremendous basketball game from Deuce McBride. Defensively, when Mikal was on the bench, he was on jaw. And he's just a valuable player. Like, just smart player. Smart basketball player, Deuce McBride. Gets into passing lanes, big dunk tonight, and just all around just a good player. Hitting his threes. When he hits his threes, it's a whole, he plays at a different level. He does. And when he hits those timely threes. Carl says Brunson got to win Clutch Player of the Year. Yeah, man. He is. He better. And I think look, if it's not locked up by now, if tonight didn't lock it up, what do we have, like 25 games left? I mean, he's going to win the award. Like, he's going to win Clutch Player of the Year. He is. Somebody tweeted his clutch stats, and it's all great. Like, I think he's only missed like 3 shots or something like that. Like, it's tremendous. It's tremendous. Like, honestly. And he will win the award. But the thing I love tonight is that rough game from JB. But when it matters the most, who do you call? JB. When it matters the most, you got to give him the ball. And yes, he hits the 3 to put the Knicks up 1. But the more impressive play was the pass to OG Anunoby. To me, that's the most impressive play. He recognized the shot wasn't there. He could have easily forced it. He hears all the noise. He hears everyone praising him like, Mr. Clutch, clutch this, clutch that. He could have easily forced that one and probably would have made it. But he made the right play, the right pass, the right read, and he trusted his teammate, and OG Anunoby nailed it. That play right there just magnified how great of a player Jalen Brunson is, honestly. And I've said it like 1,000 times, guys. I'm happy this man is on our basketball club. He's awesome. He will bring a championship to the city, man. He will. Love JB. Tony says, so Precious is now going to be the odd man out. That's unfair because he's played super well for us. Tony, Precious tonight was getting outworked by Memphis in the first half especially, and just wasn't giving the Knicks anything. But it is an interesting observation because now with Mitch back, you know, if Precious is not going to provide anything, and Mitch already has proven first game back that, I mean, plus 10 on the game. I mean, first game back, incredible game from Mitch. He might be. Precious might be the odd man out. And there's going to be games when Precious is going to be mixed in there. There will be. But I thought tonight was the right decision not going back to Precious in that second half, especially. Only 4 minutes. How about Tom Thibodeau going 10 deep, by the way? 10 deep. You don't see that from Coach Thibs. And that Josh Hart, when he picked up his 5th foul in that third quarter, I was really upset. I thought Thibodeau should have yanked him and shouldn't have even allowed him to pick up that 5th foul. And when Hart picked up the 5th foul and then he didn't come back at the game till middle of the 4th, I thought that was like kind of like a blunder. But, you know, yeah, 5 deep, 10 deep for Mr. Tom Thibodeau. It's going to be like this, right? It's going to be, and that's the beauty of getting Mitch back, guys. That's the beauty of getting Mitch back. Cat, foul trouble. Guess who's coming in? Mitchell Robinson. Your defense gets better automatically. And that's what we saw tonight. Cat picked up 2 fouls, and Mitch came in with like, what, 7 minutes left in the first quarter? 5 minutes left, something like that. But it's something to watch. Does he continue this trend of 10 deep? Because sign me up for that, man. I don't, like, please, just mix and match the matchups. Precious can, you know, play well against some teams. Mitch is going to dominate whoever. Payne is going to do his thing. Shamet, timely 3 in the fourth quarter. 1 steal for Shamet tonight. 2 assists. 5 points. And I thought defensively he gets after it a little bit. So sign me up for that. If you're going to extend your rotation now that Mitch is back, guys are going to play less minutes, gives them more energy, and you get clutch shots like you did in that fourth because they got their legs. And Mikal Bridges isn't going to go 0-5 from 3. Like, a lot of the times he was open too. He's not going to go 0-5. I know he's shooting like almost a career low from 3 this season. So some regression is coming from Mikal, but 2 blocks, 15 points, and scrappy defense. I thought we saw more aggressiveness from Mikal tonight too. Cully, what's going on, Cully? Appreciate you in the chat. Glad to have Mitch back. Can't wait to see him in game shape. Imagine he just starts shooting threes as a pipe dream. Imagine that. Imagine we see his offseason workouts come to fruition. Nah, he's not going to start shooting threes, but I'm just happy that, you know, he's back. I'm happy that he's back. El Figgy says, to win against Boston, you got to come out aggressively with energy. You got to punch them in the mouth and keep the pressure on them for 48 minutes. El Figgy, Boston was up like 28-3 today, and they lost. Like, they dropped the ball on that one. So Cleveland is a machine. So a lot of people are going to be picking the Cavs they're the best team in the East right now for a reason. They just beat Boston. I know Boston was down a couple of guys, but, you know, playoffs are a whole different animal, as we've seen. So Cleveland right now is playing like a machine. And for them to go on in Boston and do that to them, machine. Carl says, yo, what's crazy is when Mitch gets into game shape, look out, league. Yes, sir. Look out, Yuri. Yeah, man. 10 deep. Precious, Mitch, Campaign, Miles McBride, Landry Shamet. 10 deep. Hart, 29 minutes in foul trouble. JB, Cat in foul trouble, 4 of 11. I wanted Cat to be more aggressive tonight, too. Like, you got like Edie. I know Edie's a freaking giant, by the way. He's like, what, 7'4", 7'5"? I wanted Cat to be a little bit more. It was like a weird game from Cat. Right? Weird game. Did hit a timely 3 in the fourth. Just wanted him to be more aggressive. Mitch the Answer Robinson. Yeah, man. I wouldn't be surprised either, Yuri. Nick Yak. What's going on, Nick Yak? Appreciate you in here. Knicks win 114-113. Open up this post game, calling this one of my favorite wins of the season. Simply how it transpired late in the game. And, just love that OJ Anunoby hit that shot, man. Kind of had like the sense of relief. Like he screamed just nothing but emotion after that shot, after he hit that shot. And you love to see that. Because you don't really see that from OG. Even they were saying, OG, please smile. El Figgy says, Cat is still banged up. You can see it. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. You can see that he's still banged up, but in the first half, I wanted him to be more aggressive a little bit. But, he did hit a timely 3 in the fourth quarter. And just having him out there is a problem for defenses as well. Hold on, let me gotta start getting some moderators in the chat. Man, oh man. Tony says, I don't care what anyone says. Karl-Anthony Towns hasn't showed up versus top teams this year either. Yeah, look. It's a combination of things, right? Memphis is a top team, but it's a learning process. Everything's new. And I know that's like an excuse, but look, if you look at the broader picture, the Knicks are 39-20 on the season. 39-20, and they're entrenched in the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. So it's been it has felt like it's been like a roller coaster of a season, right? And when you look at the standings, you're like, wait, the Knicks are 1 win away from 40-20? 1 win away from 20 games over 500. It's impressive, man. 10 more wins away from 50. And this team just got Mitch back. And you saw what he can provide you. You saw that, what he can provide you. So, yeah. Isaiah says Brunson deserves to be in a top 10 players discussion this year. He's improved enough to be considered on that list, man. If he's not, he should. If he's not, he definitely should. Andres says 65 games played for awards. Yeah. Knicks can beat everyone except the big three. Look, they got to show it, right? They haven't shown it this year, and Brunson and Hart said it on their podcast that they have to show it, and you just got to show us that you can. You got 2 more chances later in the year. Obviously, it's late in the season, so the guys might not even be playing, but you got to show it. All right, let's get to Yuri in a Discord. Trying something new, so hopefully the sound comes clearer. Those of you in the chat, you can call into the show. Let's get to Yuri in a Discord. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Speaking of which, yo, Knicks. What's up, brother?
Hello?
I hear you.
You hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
All right, those in the chat. Hold on, Yuri.
Yep.
Everyone in the chat, let me know if you can hear Yuri or not. I want to see if they can hear you.
Can you hear me? Loud and clear. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa?
Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear Yuri. Thumbs down if you can't hear Yuri. Let me just see Yuri.
Yo. Yo, yo,
Hold on, I'm waiting,
yo.
Yuri. I'm waiting to see if they can hear you. I'm waiting for somebody to respond. All right, they can hear you. Go ahead, Yuri. What you got?
Your Knicks, after getting blown out over the weekend, get a win against the Sixers, a get right win, and they have the most grittiest win of all the season you wanted to have. They complete the comeback after being down double digits
Woo!
throughout the entire game. Who said this team doesn't have grit? Who said this team doesn't have heart or pride? This Knicks team showed you that today. Period.
Love this win, Yuri. This was one of my favorite wins of the season, if not my favorite one of the season. Didn't you feel?
Mikal Bridges heard the noise.
Yes,
That's
go ahead.
all I gotta say about that.
Didn't you think Mikel had a sneaky good game tonight?
Yeah,
Yeah,
very sneaky.
yeah,
0 for 5 from 3, but I'll let that slide. He was being aggressive. That's all I cared about. He
yeah.
was being aggressive at the rack.
Yeah, 0-5 from three. That's not going to happen often, but he's just shooting poorly from three this year. But I thought his assignment on Ja, especially that last possession, was good. And OG Anunoby, Yuri. How about OG?
OG needed this game more than anything. He was coming off of injury. He was slow. He was rusty.
Yeah.
He didn't look the same at all. And he needed a confidence booster. This was the time to give him a confidence booster. And how about that defense from Mitch? I know he's not in game shape. He's gonna be coming off the bench for a little while longer. But is it just me or does the defense look night and day when Mitch is out there?
it's
Not this is not a shot at Cat. I love
fat.
Cat.
It's fascinating how that is, Yuri. It's truly fascinating that Mitchell Robinson. We're not saying he's gonna solve everything, but boy, he can solve a lot.
He could solve a lot. That 3-point defense, we held them to four out of 31. We held them to 4 threes.
Yeah, it's great stuff,
That's
man.
really good. And another thing too, Jalen Brunson killed so many narratives tonight. He's a ball hogger. That narrative's taken down. He doesn't trust his teammates. OG game winner. Oh, JB just is a ball hogger in general.
I like how you do that.
Jalen Brunson's not clutch. Definitely. I mean, it deserves to have the Clutch of the Year award. But no, how'd you feel about Tibbs going 10 deep?
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. Love the 10 deep. Obviously, precious, no pressure in the second half, but still, that's the beauty of having Mitchell Robinson. Yuri, what else you got? Then we'll move on.
We'll move on.
Okay.
These refs, man, I love these refs. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Me and my friend were like, "Do the refs have the Grizzlies on a payroll today?" Like, I'm saying to myself, "Bruh, well, where are the fouls?" Like,
Yeah,
seriously.
I know. Yuri, appreciate the call. As always, Yuri.
No problem.
I saw Loud and Clear in the Discord. Loud and Clear if you're still there. If you want to call in again, let me know. But yeah. All in all, guys, great win. Once again, you can hop in the Discord, call in. The lines are open, guys. Lines are open. Voice your opinions. Let it all out. Lines are open. But great win for the Knicks. Tony says Cat is a 7-foot shooting guard. Crimes Ass said it's obvious Cat is not a center. There's a reason why the Minnesota Timberwolves paired Karl-Anthony Towns with Rudy Gobert. There's a reason why. So you see the defense right off the bat that you got from Mitch. He provided it right away. Like right away, he provided good defense. And I know you didn't see them together tonight, but eventually, as time goes on, you will see them more and more. I didn't think that was by design. I just thought it was the flow of the way the game was flowing. So eventually you will see them paired. But man, it's good to have you back, Mitchell Robinson. The blockness monster is back. It's good to have him back, man. Nick Yak says, bro, you're talking to slow fans, knocking Brunson and thinking Mitch is garbage. Nick Yak says we have Knicks fans. The Mitch haters can't see how great his games will be. Nick Yak, who you talking to, Nick Yak? Appreciate you in the chat, Nick Yak. But I'm trying to see if we can get some sound from the squad. Once again, Discord lines are open, ladies and gentlemen. Call into the show. Call into the show. Got about 10 more minutes. Call into the show. Trying to see if we can get some sound from anyone, whoever's talking. But within the Knicks media, see if Tom Thibodeau has spoken. Josh Hart tweeted, Mikal Bridges lockdown emoji. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, oh man, don't you feel good for OG, guys? Don't you feel good for OG? After the games that he had, after the games that he has previously, like the poor shooting performances, everyone was getting at OG Anunoby. Everybody. And last post game, I was like, let's pump the brakes a little bit. He's coming off that foot injury. Let's give him a little bit. Let's give him a little bit to get acclimated, because prior to the foot injury, Anunoby was playing extremely well. Like, he started to get in the rhythm again. And tonight, that's the OG Anunoby that we know. Flying all over the place defensively, too, for OG Anunoby. And the Knicks look like a full, like a unit, like a legit unit tonight. 3-point defense was locked down tonight. When Mitch was out there, just preventing stuff, man. Just the presence of Mitchell Robinson. I mean, you see when Cat's on the floor, you see teams attacking Karl-Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges, the pick and roll stuff. You see it. So, yeah. El Figgy says Thibs is still getting on my nerves. He makes these games way more interesting than they need to be. That's from El Figgy. The Deuce McBride, when he subbed him out in the fourth quarter, I was questioning it. I really was questioning it, because McBride was playing incredible. And leaving Hart in that third quarter to have him pick up the third foul was kind of another blunder. But, yeah, I can see why he's getting on your nerves. But all in all, man, when a game goes down to the wire like this, and when you have the captain leading the ship, I'll give it a pass. Michael says we need Moses Brown tomorrow for big man depth. Moses Brown. So the funny thing about Moses Brown is that he's currently on the Dallas Mavericks. His 10-day contract, I think, is coming to an end in the next couple of days or tomorrow or something. The Mavs can't sign him to another 10-day contract based on their salary cap situation. So now with Ariel Hukporti on the shelf for 46 weeks, it's been rumored that the Knicks are prolonging this process because they're waiting on Moses Brown to sign him. It's either Moses Brown, you have Okeke, you have TJ Warren that have been rumored. PJ Tucker just got waived by the Toronto Raptors. So the Knicks have options. But with Hukporti on the shelf now, do the Knicks wait until Brown's 10-day contract with the Mavs is up? I think that's what they're leaning towards, because you have Mitch and you have Cat, and that's your depth. Like, that's it. That's your center depth. So I think having Moses Brown there, maybe another piece, signing him, maybe they view Shaman as kind of like, look, he's playing better, but, because if they bring in TJ Warren, or if they bring in Okeke, do you really think they're going to play? Do you really think they're going to play? You think they're going to play over Shaman? They might. But do you think Tom Thibodeau is going to go that route? I mean, they traded for DeLon Wright, and we thought DeLon Wright was Shaman's replacement, and it just hasn't been, like, he's been on the bench. And like I said, Shaman has been better. He's gone from a an F to maybe a D plus. He's gone from an F to a D plus. He's been better. Crimes Dad says Mo Bamba. Yeah, Mo Bamba's an option. I don't hate it. Stanley says, I hope they do sign Moses Brown. We don't know how healthy Cat and Mitch will be. Yeah. Nick Yak says, wait for Moses. That's what they want to do. Yeah. I think they want to do that too. I think it's a smart thing to do. Because Moses Brown just put up, 20 points, 12 rebounds with the Dallas Mavericks? And he's like 7'3", 7'4". Limited. But he's a big. He's a big. Stanley says Nick should cut Matt Ryan and bring TJ Warren and Moses Brown. Ryan is garbage. I don't think that's how the salary cap works. I don't think you can just cut Matt Ryan and then replace him. Nick Yak says Moses is for injury protection. He isn't playing 3 centers. Not enough minutes. Yeah. That's strictly what I would be signing him for. Protection. Because, yeah, Mitch is back, but, you want to protect yourself. Because Hukporty being on the shelf sucks for Hukporty being on the shelf for 4 to 6 weeks. And for a big man, torn meniscus, you don't like that. I hope that he gets back healthy, though. But I would go the Moses Brown route now that you're kind of thin at that position. Like, we've already seen some games with Precious. You can't really bang down low with bigger players. So, it's an option. El Figgy says Moses Brown had 20 points against the Hornets. Hey, man. NBA team. I know it's against the Hornets, but still solid. I got to watch his tape from that game, but still solid. But, yeah, that's a little wrinkle. That Mavs can't re-sign him because of their salary cap situation. So the Knicks are kind of in waiting mode. And they kind of have – they could have signed someone today. Like, today was the first day they could sign someone. But they haven't, right? And they could sign a 10-day, and I think they could sign someone to a guaranteed contract. I'm not sure if that's fully correct, but I know they can sign someone. And Moses Brown has been a name to watch because he's a big man. But, guys, 114-113 against the Memphis Grizzlies. Great win. One of my favorite watches of the season. And truly just impressive stuff from the squad late in that game. Stanley says he had 11 rebounds. That's impressive. Michael says, get DeLon off my team. He almost had a Neil Keita moment. In late game situations, now that you have Mitch and now that you can sub out Cat, Dibs was like, all right, I'm putting in Mitch. I could trust him. And that's for Dibs to do that in Mitch Robinson's first game back. I was like, whoa, like I didn't think he was gonna do it when the timeout was occurring. I was thinking about it, but I didn't think Dibs was gonna do it. And then he wound up doing it. So all around great win. Once again, appreciate every single one of you tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Smash the like button, all that good stuff. Big win for the Knicks. We got the Miami Heat on deck. Still entranced in the number 3 seed. Enjoy your weekend, though. This was a fun way to start off your weekend. Appreciate every single one of you in the chat. Appreciate the calls. Once again, hit the Discord. Call into the show whenever. I finally figured out a way to have it a clear audio for you guys. So before I was using my phone and putting my phone to the mic, some bootleg stuff. But finally figured out a way to have some clear audio so you guys can hear the calls clear. Once again, appreciate the support. As always, let's go Knicks. Catch you guys next time. Peace.